Okay, so let's talk a little bit about controls and operation. So as we stated before, you've got your four-way stick here. So up and down is your up and down on your loader. Left and right is the crowd of the bucket, so the curl of the bucket towards you. Then left and right on your little stick here is say open your clam, close your clam, but you can change that to suit whichever way you'd like to, whichever way you want to train your brain or whatever you're used to if you've driven tractor before. So our two sticks we have here. So low, medium, high. Okay, so I usually say loader, mowing, highway is a good reference for what sort of speed you should be doing when you're in those applications. Like ideally, first gear, low range for all loader work. If you're doing mulch or something like that, you might go a bit faster. But ideally, you should never be ramming into a dirt pile. It should just be a slow, gradual crawl in, little bit of throttle to bring up your speed on your hydraulic pump, and then you bring it in and drive it into the pile and you pull it up that way. Number one thing people burn out clutches in is learning to use a front end loader. When you start digging, don't start with the dirt pile directly in front of the loader, like the bucket. Start a meter back from the dirt pile. It gives you time to get your foot off the clutch, first gear low range, foot off the clutch, you start moving forwards. You can re-angle the bucket because no matter where you put it, I guarantee before you go into the dirt pile, you'll move it, because everyone does. I do the same thing. Because you decide last second you want to move it a little bit. But ideally, if you start at the dirt pile, you're trying to let the clutch out, you're re-angling that bucket, and you're starting to accelerate to bring the revs up a little bit at the same time. And you're doing all this, and it's too fast because you're getting used to it, and then what happens is you naturally put your foot on the clutch to slow down. You do that once, it doesn't matter. But when you're doing moving a big dirt pile around, you might do that 50 or 60 times in a row. And that's when you start, the clutch gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and you start burning your clutch out. So ideally, if you just start back that meter from the pile, you can get your foot off the clutch, you can re-angle the bucket, you can get your seat comfy, and then you can accelerate a little bit into the dirt pile and lift up and out. And same thing when you disengage your clutch, when you're fully loaded and pushing and that sort of thing into a dirt pile, you should disengage your clutch quickly rather than just pushing it down slowly, because if you push your foot down slowly when you disengage, you're slipping the clutch whilst it's disengaging. So the ideal thing is, look, you release it normally, you should never dump the clutch. You just let it out like you would drive a car. But when you disengage the clutch, when it's loaded up, you push it down quite quickly. When basically you're slashing, you'll probably find you'll be in medium first, medium second. It just depends on your terrain. But ideally, when you're slashing, you can use your hand throttle here, okay? So that one pulls down and around to increase your revs. As you can see, it gets bigger revs. We'll push it back up for idle. Or you still do have, move my feet, you got your foot throttle here, just like anything else, like your car. So you drive it as you want, but you use your hand throttle to bring up your blade speed, okay? So pull that down a bit to keep your blade speed up, so when you back off or you want to stop and change direction, you're still spinning your slasher at the correct speed. You're not getting that spinning up every time and going again, but you just sort of, you use that as required. Every situation's different, but RPM sets blade speed. You use your gearbox to set your road speed, and your road speed is dependent on a few things. So how smooth your paddocks are, how hilly they are, how long's your grass, what sort of cut have you got. Number one is listen to the tractor. If it's labouring and you're full throttle and you're going nowhere and it's blooming out smoke sort of thing because it's under immense load and you're in the wrong gear, it's like nearly stopping in a manual and not changing gear sort of thing to get going again. You just got to pick the gear that suits. Now, you've got plenty of gears to choose from, like your 12 speeds forwards, 12 speeds reverse. So you'll always find the right gear, but it can depend on property. Some sections you just got to do slow because the property's rough as guts and wombat holes and rabbit holes and all that sort of stuff. So a little bit of choose what you want to do in that respect. So with your... want to get the camera in the right spot. So with your gear stick here, okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a H pattern. It's a bit arse about to what we're used to as a manual transmission in the car. So realistically, 1, 2, 3, 4, you pick what you want to do. So if you're in low range, fourth gear low range is still slower than first gear high range, okay? So when you're in low range, just pick the gear you want to do. You won't go first clutch then to second or anything like that in low range, because the moment you put your foot on the clutch, the tractor will have stopped before you actually get it up into second, all right? But you'll feel that because it's just in low range and there's no real speed to the tractor or that sort of stuff. It's all about reduction drive to make it all work. So you be a little bit of a judge yourself with that. But one important thing which I always like to talk to people about is a little bit of safety item with tractors and gears. And number one, farm accident, people run themselves over with their own tractor, and it is very common and it's very silly. So you've got 3 neutrals on this tractor, okay? So neutral in the center of your gates, just like your normal manual transmission on a car. You've got neutral in the center of your ranges, okay? So if I pull that into foot on the clutch, right? So we got our neutral here. We got our neutral here, okay? And then you've also got a neutral in the center forward reverse. So at the moment that's in forwards, neutral. It won't go in the reverse because we haven't put the clutch and it's not running. Okay, so that's in neutral there. So we've got 3 neutrals. So number one, use your 1, 2, 3, 4 gear stick as a neutral and forget about using the others as a neutral. For the sheer point of, if this is in gear and we're in low range over here on our transfer case, we're in first gear or something like that, and it's the middle of winter and you've got your jacket on because you're out in the rain or whatever like that, and you, oh look, there's a glass bottle in front of me, I'm just going to get out and pick that up before the slasher runs over it. So you hop off the tractor, and as you hop off, your buffy jacket sleeve gets caught on the gear stick, and you're half off the tractor and you push it up into gear without even realising, or you slip on the step, and you're naturally going to grab whatever you can to save yourself. And if you grab the stick and then you pull it up in the gear or down in the gear, right, then the tractor proceeds to run yourself over. So if you're ever hopping off the tractor, always make sure you're in neutral over here, because generally this side you won't hop off and on and off. You've got your loader controls, you've got your joysticks, they're in the way. You can if you have to, but realistically, left hand side, nice and easy to get off. Right hand side, sticks and joysticks everywhere, okay? So you hop off your left hand side, but if you're in neutral over here and you knock it in the gear over here, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to go anywhere, because this is in neutral, and you'd be pretty hard pressed to knock that into gear whilst you're hopping off this side of the tractor, okay? You'll be a real effort to do that. But ideally, other than that, you turn the tractor off, pull your handbrake on there, and away you go. I'll stop this one now, we'll start another video because this is going a bit long.